Welcome to Sunday Morning Quarterback with Jay Stockwell and Bob Frady.
Welcome to Sunday Morning Quarterback. I am Jay Stockwell.
I'm Bob Frady.
And I'm George Stockwell. Here we are again, guys.
Boys, what a disappointing end to the season. I can't be more embarrassed for my team. I don't know if I've ever been this embarrassed to lose to Iowa and have them hang 40 points on us.
Listen, on the Jay Stockwell list of embarrassing things in my life, I think Nebraska losing to Iowa is probably 78th on the list. Maybe this year it's in the top 10, but otherwise, no. You shouldn't be that embarrassed. You have a lot of other things you should be embarrassed about.
Did you get a list of my naval shenanigans?
I cut it in half. I only got half the list, and then the fax machine broke.
Yeah. Maybe you talked to the captain of the ROTC unit at
Dad, let's not set a bad example out here for the viewers. Come on, man. Come on.
Admiral's mast is not a bedroom term, so.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Hey, we do have an announcement, though.
What's that?
Uncle Mark is coming for Christmas.
There you go. Come on, we got a limited time here. We can't be talking about all that other stuff. We'll talk about that in the next one. So, okay, hold on. Back up a second. Who called this?
I think Bob Frady, UB, Uniform Bravo.
I did. I was like, I got so mad during the week. I was so mad about both the offensive and defensive game plans. I was like, they're going to get rolled. And it was competitive for the first half. And then, here come the halftime adjustments or suitable lack thereof. And
really bad.
And what did it result in, Jay Stockwell or George Stockwell? George Stockwell, tell us what happened today.
John Butler got fired. Big news.
Yeah,
Big news.
Yes.
Wow. Just
Look. This is a shot in the dark. But do you guys think that Dana Holgorsen is next or should be next? Because I think that he should be.
Yes. Here's the problem: you can't have that much turnover and expect consistent play year to year. So I think that Dana Holgorsen's game plans are not Big 10 game plans. I think they're Big 12 game plans, and we don't play in the Big 12. And so hopefully they get somebody spitting nails, eating iron and spitting nails, to be the defensive coordinator, because Nebraska.
I know who it is.
Nebraska was soft. I know who you wish it was.
Who do you think it is?
Tell me who you think it is.
No, I know it is, because you know what I did? I used the same prompt in 3 large language model, ChatGPT, Grok, and I have a plan right here.
Yes.
Just tell us who the prediction is. What is your prediction?
Is it JL?
So this is no, hold on. I did this at like 5:00. John Butler got fired today. Okay, so the first recommendation on the top of the list is hire Justin Wilcox, a proven 3-3-5 specialist, as defensive coordinator. Where is he from, George?
He's from Cal.
Former head coach of Cal. Former head coach of Cal. Okay, this is what it's telling me. But and here's what it says: Rhule needs a fixer with head coaching experience who can command the room immediately. Justin Wilcox, recently fired from Cal, is the ideal target. He's a defensive mastermind who runs similar odd front concepts, but with far better discipline. Whoa.
Defensive mastermind. Come on.
Yeah, Dad, do you look at the University of Cal? When was the last time you were like, hey, Cal's a very good defensive team?
It's like
no, we're talking about he's a head coach now, but when he was a defensive. Now, here's interesting recommendation number 2. Number 2 on the plan: retain Dana Holgorsen, but mandate O-line staff evaluation. You got to get rid of Donovan Raiola.
Hold on. That's number 2 in the defensive coordinator search. I think your query needs a little bit of work.
That's number 2 in the recommendations. Number 3, hire a dedicated roster manager for the Jan 2 through 16 portal window. I think he's already done that.
It's already done.
Yeah. But interestingly, I was listening to a few other podcasts. One of the speculations, now this is not from the ChatGPT.
I hear it calculating in the background. It needs some theme music.
Why Tony White left, and why is that?
Because he doesn't like Matt Rhule.
No, because we lost, we lost 4 stunning defensive linemen last year. Okay.
He knew the gig was up.
He knew the gig was up. They knew the gig was up. Plus,
yeah.
Plus an amazing linebacker who's now in the pros. So we just don't have the personnel. So it's not just coaching. We have got to spend the money to upgrade. I don't know enough about the Butler situation to know if it's right or wrong. I think it's probably right, but we got to get personnel in here. Our defensive line and our offensive line are just not the right guys. They're just not.
It's coaching. As you have said many, many times, it's coaching.
I know it's coaching. It's both.
Hey, Commander, we always have great recruiting. We're always top 25 lingering. We should be a top 25 program for getting top 25 recruiting classes every year. It's not like we're getting bad offensive linemen. It's clearly a coaching problem. There are teams who have been much better than us with much worse recruiting portals.
Mm-hmm. At least not a high school.
I agree. It's coaching, but we got to get better personnel. But we also we have to retain Dylan Raiola, TJ Lateef, and Emmett Johnson.
We're not retaining any 3 of them, in my opinion.
I disagree.
Hold on. Let's focus. We'll talk about off-season during the off-season podcast. Let's talk about Iowa. Let's talk about what happened. First of all, Emmitt Johnson, the fact that Mel Kiper has him rated as the 7th best running back, I'm like, what games have you been watching? If it wasn't for Emmitt Johnson, there would be no offense. It's like kid played his heart out and is my team MVP for the year. No question.
He should be. I think he's going to be all team first Big Ten.
If he's not literally without Emmitt Johnson, okay, we lose 2 more games at least.
At least
more than that.
Maybe more than that. Like our team is. I mean, other than Emmitt Johnson, we digressed literally.
Here's the question I have for you.
Every phase except special teams.
Can you have one of the nation's leading running backs, 1,400 yards or something like that, and still have a bad offensive line? All this offensive line stuff, they're great run blockers apparently, but maybe not that great in pass. It's the scheme. It's the scheme. Scheme. Yeah. Oh,
come on, Commander. Put the phone on that.
Did you have ChatGPT call you to make it look like you're important?
It's my boss and your mom, so you better be quiet, young man.
Yeah.
So
let's be honest. I don't think she's watched a single podcast episode. So
I can confirm that.
Yeah. What are you guys doing? So anyway, it was, and listen, all season long we've been saying that Nebraska is terrible at halftime adjustments, and guess what? They got rolled in the second half. Embarrassingly so. Yeah, they had a turnover, which is unfortunate. But gosh, they just got somewhere along maybe the middle of the second quarter, I was like, we could just pound these guys into submission.
Yeah, they killed us.
And they did. And that's the most embarrassing part, is the fact that you can have the best pass defense in the world, and usually you have that because everybody's running against you. 95th in run defense, 3rd or 2nd in pass defense. You're going to lose a lot of games with that kind of mix. So
and all of our cornerbacks and safeties are old. We're going to lose a lot of those guys, and I still don't think, honestly, even if the stats said so, I do not think we really hold up that well in the pass defense. I'm going to be honest.
Well, here's the thing.
They made some scheme changes to try to stop the run, which opened up the pass the last 2 games, and both teams exploited it. We suck in both. And
it cost the defensive coordinator his job. Rightfully so. Listen, Stockwell, you and I have been held to performance standards for a long time. And if you don't do the job, you got to go. And there's no pip. There's no pip in college football. It's like you win or you don't. And if you don't, you go. And sometimes even when you win, you still get fired. Hello, Justin Wilcox.
By the way, on that point, that performance front, the Commander and Mrs. Stockwell both had a great day today. And I'm going to leave it at that.
All right.
Very good.
So
look, as George blushes in embarrassment.
Dad, what type of comment is that? What?
Yeah. You know what it is? It's like, forget about Nebraska. Let's talk about the Commander. So George, I want you to say one glowing thing about the Commander right now.
Glowing thing. I think his face is glowing right now.
I think
Look at it. Yeah.
his face is
I
glowing.
think his face is glowing. Let's be honest.
Yes.
you like the
Commander.
robot? The robot.
I would say this. You would be lucky to know the Commander. The Commander's a good man to know. And I'll leave it at that.
What are you saying?
That's as glowing as it goes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
I guess.
I don't need.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm a man of few words. I don't need to go on and on and on. I can say it.
You guys
say about Iowa? I mean, is it? Or are we just?
I think this is. Listen, what's done is done. I think the offseason changes are just beginning. But it's scheme. Do not bring another, ACC wizard into this because it doesn't work. It doesn't work offensively. It doesn't work defensively. Don't bring in a pro coach unless that pro coach has worked in the Big Ten before. Bring in someone with Big Ten experience who understands what you need to do in order to win defensively in the Big Ten. John Butler, God bless him, he's not it. He played pro-style defense. He's like, all right, we're going to cover everybody. We don't have 350-pounders up front to stuff the run. So, pro defense is all about protecting the pass. College defense is all about stopping the run. And if you can't do it,
especially in the Big Ten.
Especially in the Big Ten. Why? Because it's cold and it's windy. And you can't rely on the pass. August, September, October, great. Pass the ball all you want. November, December. This is the reason why Nebraska is so awful in November. Because they don't play Big Ten defense.
Bob Ward ranked 114th against the run.
That's brutal. There's 130 in FBS.
Yeah. So that's what got him fired. And
the 3-3-5 is a trick pony.
Prior to this, he was a pro defensive backs coach. So good defensive backs.
Hey, listen, not everybody's good at every job. It happens. But the 3-3-5 is a defense that needs to go.
Yeah,
it needs to go. It's a trick defense.
It worked under something right, but it can work if you got to have the personnel. And
you had the polar bear and you had Robinson up there.
Yeah.
You could play a 2-5-5 or a 2-5-4 and be successful with those two up front.
Now Tony White had his own issues down at Florida State wherever he went, but all right. So that's enough for Iowa, right? Are we done with Iowa?
About Iowa.
All right, let's talk about the
Hold on. I don't know. I got some news hot off the press.
Hold on.
I've got some
hot off the press.
Hot off the press about the bowl games. Okay. So first of all, the dates. Okay. It's not Christmas Day. It's either the 30th or the 31st for the projected bowls. And the projected bowls are the Las Vegas Bowl and or the Music City Bowl.
And I can get behind those.
Oh, okay. Music City Bowl. Guess who we might be playing? LSU and the new head coach, Lane Kiffin.
LSU. It's funny about Lane Kiffin. It's like he got all upset because some podcaster called him a hoe. Like, and the context was you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. And what did he do? He did the hoeiest thing imaginable. He first of all put up a big gas bag of objections. Like, how can you call me that? And then he did the hoeiest thing possible and took the money. It's like, come on. You have a team in the college playoff. You've never won a college playoff game. And you're like, I better take this money while it's hot.
Yeah, that was one of the weirdest things ever. I understand why he needs to go to LSU, but guys, 11-1 Ole Miss team, one of the best teams in Ole Miss history. You can't leave your players like that. You know how devastated that leaves the players?
Hold on. You got to read an article by CBS Sports. He desperately wanted to coach the game. They would not let him.
They shouldn't let him. Oh, hey, by the way, honey, let's get divorced, but let's still take the trip to Hawaii with the family because it'll be fun. Like, no, you quit. You're out. And I don't want to coach the game. They're not being fair to me. I'm like, because that's what I have to say to that guy.
Lane Kiffin, if we get a shooting star coming by tonight and he sees this podcast, that's the message to you.
You know what? You deserve it too, because you know what? You're not honest about it. It's like, don't give me loyalty, don't give me team, don't give me play for your other play for your brothers kind of stuff, because you play for you. And
He is
you know what? God
He
bless you. You're a talented coach, but you play for you.
He is
And
so
just-
much better off in Baton Rouge than an Old Miss. I mean,
Just-
going
you know
from
why? He's gonna have
going from Oxford to Baton Rouge is like going to Venice, Italy to Nicaragua.
No, come on.
Dude,
What?
dude, Baton Rouge is not the city you want to be in. Oxford is
George,
beautiful.
It's
No shade at Nicaragua or
hold on.
anything.
It's a recruiting gold mine. It's the only program in the state. It's right next to New Orleans. I mean, this
Let
place.
me ask you a question. Who had a better record this year, the recruiting gold mine or the good recruiter?
Yeah.
It's like, don't give me that recruiting gold mine baloney.
the
It's
backup
all about the
quarterback.
cash these
That's
days.
quarterback.
And LSU has more cash than Ole Miss. It's like,
Exactly.
forget about your legacy. Forget about this. Forget about you took the bag. You took the bag. Shut your mouth. Just say it. I took the bag.
Which brings me to what I want to say directly to Matt Rhule. The honeymoon is over, brother. You're the CEO. You have the funds, you have the facilities, you have the brand, and you are the CEO of that brand. You know, I like what you're doing with getting rid of John Butler. You got to make a move, but I want to see a series of other power moves related to personnel. Okay.
Here's my one requirement for defensive coordinator. He has to be fat. I want a fat defensive coordinator. He has to be fat.
We need fat coaches.
We need fat coaches who are more interested in breaking down film and eating a sandwich than they are looking all buff and stuff like that. I want the big boys out there understanding, hey, I'm a big boy too. I'm going to slap you around if you don't get it right. It's
And
like,
you don't have teams lock a camera and practice on players, check out their body language. I thought Matt Rhule looked like he was going to lose the game from the jump on Friday. I mean, he just did not smiling, not congratulating his players, just looked like this stress bomb all over him. Like there was, ever since, like it just was not a good look.
I can't imagine that you come out of that game and fire your coach not even 3 days later, one business day later, and haven't thought about that quite a bit beforehand. So either he was talking to Dan about it and they had a plan, and you knew that if they didn't win, the axe was going to fall, and he didn't feel good about that, or he, just this is a pass-fail exam, this game, and they failed miserably.
Gemini 3, the most powerful AI model.
Gemini 3, Gemini 3.
Gemini 1, Gemini 2, Gemini 3. 1 and 2, you're out of here.
Anytime he mentions his ChatGPT, let's just start making those noises.
Yeah.
So we can actually get the real verdict out of him and not.
So I asked
AI
ChatGPT who would be a good under the radar defensive coordinator, and its number one answer, John Butler. That would be very under the radar. The radar would never detect that.
Yeah.
Never. So I suppose it's correct. It's just not accurate.
All right. So, Bob, if the bowl games are 30-31, we're going.
We'll see.
Per chance.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Mrs. Stockwell did ask for a holiday trip. So we got to figure that.
Oh, to Vegas? All right, baby. Let's go.
To go to a bowl game. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm sure that's number one on her list of holiday plans. Well, the good thing is my son lives in Nashville, so, it'd be good to go down and see him. Although I am going to see him next week, and at Christmas. So maybe in Vegas, there's always.
Oh,
Let's expose George to Vegas.
Oh boy. But you know what Nashville is, Bob?
You get a fake ID?
Yeah.
Don't answer. I don't want to know. But Nashville,
No, I do not. For the record, I do not.
Better taxes in Nashville.
You know what? You keep it. You can split your time between South Dakota and Nashville. And Jake will tell you it's the most awful weather in the world. You go down there, there'll be snow, rain, lightning, and a hurricane all in the same game. So
All right. I have one around the league thing I want to talk about is the Ohio State-Michigan game. Ohio State looks pretty damn tough.
no,
I think they're going all the way. Now,
Give me Indiana. Give me the Hoosiers, baby.
Big Ten championship's going to be interesting.
they just stomped on Purdue. It's like, oof. I mean,
They
Purdue's not that
do
good.
that to every single team, and it's the thing where it's like nobody critiques them for beating the bad teams because they are killing them. They beat the bad teams, and it's like they're playing an FCS team. We did that versus Akron, and everybody was like, wow. They did it versus Purdue, and there isn't a single hoot about it around the entire league.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. But shout out to Penn State. They got bold qualified in the very last game of the season, which is a pretty good comeback from where they were.
They're a good team. They are a good team. They are a good team.
See, this was another thing that I was listening to another podcast that pointed out, like, Rutgers was up, and then they made a very costly turnover. The guy took it like 60 yards. It just shows the difference between, I mean, Nebraska, without Emmett Johnson, we maybe win 3 games.
Yeah.
Stone, you take him out.
I think Raiola is a big part of it too. Because after he left, we were 5-2, and we were beating USC in the red zone. He gets hurt.
Listen, I think that Raiola's problem is the scheme. Too many long developing plays. It's like, get the ball out.
He is. If he does end up transferring, he has every right to transfer. Let's be honest. He has not. He has been, even though he has been giving cash, he is not. He's not being set up for the NFL draft. He is not being set up. He's just not being set up to be scouted. He gets in a good air raid position with a great O-line and good receiver, which is a very good school. He will play very well. You know what I mean? If you get the ball out in less than 4 seconds, he'll thrive because he's good. What would be funny? Good. I saw a post about this. If he goes to Texas Tech like Patrick Mahomes did, that would maybe be the goofiest move in college. I think Patrick Mahomes might have to file a restraining order on him.
Listen, there's a possibility Nebraska could lose both quarterbacks in the portal.
For sure. TJ Lateef is good enough to go to I think a smaller D1 school, but he could thrive. You know, he could really, I think Byron Brown, the USF quarterback, University of South Florida, he's got a great resume, and he wasn't a great player until this year. You know, TJ Lateef could do the exact same thing, and Byron Brown's only a sophomore.
Well,
go to a small school.
Let's just
one good team.
First of all, thank you, Nebraska, for firing the coach and giving us something to talk about. Hey, listen, John Butler, sorry that you got fired. I've been fired so many times I've almost lost count. It always hurts. And hope that you and your family are doing okay. But get out. So
get out.
Like, come on, go back to the pros.
You know, another thing, the offense is not off the hook here, though. I don't want to quote the stat, can't remember it, but it was something like, you take the last 2 games, the number of times that Iowa and Penn State got into the red zone and were similar, but they got the touchdown like 90% of the time, and we got it like 20% of the time.
If you look at the last 6 games, 34 and 17 is 51, and 28 is 79, 89, and 16 is 105 points in the last 6 games. That's not even 20 points a game. You're not going to win in the Big Ten giving up only scoring 20 points a game.
Yeah.
So, and if you look at the first,
no touchdowns against Minnesota. Get it right.
Even against Michigan, you scored 27 points. It's like they put up points with Raiola at the reins, and once he went down, that was all she wrote. Because they just couldn't adapt the scheme to the quarterback. So I look forward to seeing what comes next. I'll say this: Nebraska doesn't lack for adventure. Who'd have thought?
So we
Nebraska come for the adventure.
Because we only did 1 podcast after Penn State, we've got a bonus podcast. So we're going to probably come back in a couple of weeks and talk about all the changes the Rhule's making a couple weeks before the bowl game.
And we'll do it right before the bowl game.
Well,
we'll figure it out.
We'll just no. Let's wait till the bowl game. We get a really juicy episode with all of the crazy things that have happened in a month. We've got a lot more stuff to talk about, and
the point is, we've got 1 extra production that we've paid for that we haven't used. So let's figure out what the right way to use it.
How about we have everyone? We just read letters praising Jay in the episode.
You know, Bob, when you get your head closer to the microphone, it shows the size of your forehead, and it
is gigantic. You know why?
Because if you look closely enough, you can kind of see your reflection.
Because this brain never stops. It's my favorite toy in the world. My brain. It's like
I was in the Navy. I used to do celestial navigation. You could do a 3-star reduction on your forehead.
Well, then why don't you tell Nebraska how to navigate to some success in the bowl game using the forehead hair? I'm okay with that. Listen, 7-5, 7-6 would blow. 8-4.
Matt Rhule, the honeymoon is over, brother. You need to step it up and get the program.
And it wasn't that they lost.
Spend you $90 million, bro.
It wasn't that they lost. It was that they got blown out. Oof. I'd rather lose on an overtime kick. Give me a 60-yard field goal by Iowa to win it. I can respect that. This was
terrible.
Terrible.
All right, I'm going to take us out on the final regular season podcast. Commander Jay Stockwell of the American Navy says, "Go
Big Red! Go Big Red!